I look hard in the face. Maybe I should do this like without makeup. Yeah. I think that's a move. Okay, so I think that's a little bit better. Now, this isn't going to be a long video, and it's kind of going to be like a story time. I think that the hardest part about me doing this is that for the longest time I was just like, oh, well, Adobo, come here. He just, come here. Always got to be the star of the show. Come here. What are you doing? He took a mint from out of my bag and he won't give me the mint back. So he's playing with the mint. Meanwhile, all day long I've been lounging around. He's been lounging around. The second I get up, he wants to get up. Now that I want to record, he wants to play. I don't know. I don't get it. Either way, this isn't going to be a long video. It's kind of like a story time / PSA. Last week when I got off of here from recording my video, I went and I got on live on Instagram. And I was having conversations and somehow we ended up talking about high school. And I was just like, Adobo. Hold on real quick. He's upset with me right now because I took his mint, but I'll give it back to him when I'm done. What was I saying? I got off here from recording a video and I got on live on Instagram and, I was interacting with the viewers and I'm not exactly sure how, but we got into a conversation about high school. And the reason why, I don't know, I just started going in on my experiences because people see me now and they're they think they have this perception of me. High school was a nightmare for me. It was a shit fest. I think that what made me really want to talk about this is that I see so much stuff in the news every single day about these kids that's being bullied and stuff like that. Like, it's one thing to tease your classmates, it's another thing to completely bully them. One thing I talked about on live that I have not spoken of in years is that this boy in high school tried to take advantage of me and he tried to have sex with me. I was a virgin. I had never been with anybody, not a male or female. And so, I told him that I wasn't having sex with him. We kissed and stuff like that, but I wasn't having sex with him at all. Well, one day I'm on a bus and I'm going home from school and the bus is filled with kids just from my school. They're called charter buses. And I was standing there and I was talking to one of my friends and he's in the back of the bus with, all these other kids and somebody said something and he was like, oh, her, she a hoe. She give it up real easy. Talking about me. And I don't know if I was scared or if I was stunned because I never said anything back. I'm pretty sure I gave him an evil, nasty look, but I never said anything back. I remember later on talking to my friends and being like, I'm a hoe and I'm still a virgin. He's calling me a hoe and I never been with him. I never been with anybody. I don't understand that. There was 2 other times that it was just really, really bad situations that I was caught in the middle of. The lunch periods was split down. It didn't matter what grade you were in. We had bell schedules. So depending on what the bell schedule was, you had to figure out if you had the first lunch, the second lunch, or third lunch. So it wasn't like it was all the kids in there, but There was one time that the lunchroom was full and I was sitting with my friends, and out of nowhere somebody had threw a soda bottle across the lunchroom. When I say across the lunchroom, like across the lunchroom, and it hit me right in the head. And everybody went silent and looked at me. And when I say like my school had 2,000 kids in the school, I believe. So this is like 1/3 of the high school population in the lunchroom. And everybody just went silent and looked at me. And I was just like, are you fucking kidding me? Is this happening? Seriously? Like, I didn't bother nobody. I didn't start no problems. You know, like, I would rock with my friends, and that was it. But like, I got hit in the head with a soda bottle, and it was not completely empty. There was soda in the soda bottle. I don't think that was done by accident, but you know, it happened. And then I think like a year later or something like that, one morning I was in the lunchroom and they were playing with the football. And I don't know why they was throwing the football indoors, but they were. And it like came flying and hit me smack dab in the side of my head, like in my ear. Like when I say like my ear was ringing and I had like this crazy headache. I think that was the only apology that I had gotten out of all three of those, you know, separate events. That was the only apology I got, because that was done by accident. The other two was on purpose. So like, I just like, I'm in that stage where, you know, like I'm currently looking for donors, but then sometimes I sit back and I just be like, you know, I hope my child didn't have the experience that I had. I had friends in high school that made it easier. I had friends in high school that made it harder. You know, I really didn't have a lot of confidence in high school. I kind of know exactly why and where it came from, but for my child, I want my child to have a happy and safe high school experience. I don't want my child to be a bully. You know, I don't want my child to feel like they're left out. I want my child to be in that perfect space in between. I'm 32 now, and a lot of my friends have kids that are either about to go to high school, or they're in high school, or, you know, they're a few years away from high school. But it's like, sit down and talk to your kids and explain to them how important it is to, you know, just take a fucking chill pill sometime. You don't have to be wrapped up in a drama. You don't have to be wrapped up in a bullshit. You know, I have a million nieces and nephews, and some of them are on the right path and some of them aren't. But, you know, for every young soul that comes across my path, whether it's family or not, I try to sit down and try and talk to them. Like, if we all just spread a little bit more love in this world would be a better place. But you have kids being bullied and committing suicide, or they become cutters, or, you know, they're constantly trying to do something to change how they look, or, you know, anorexic, or smoking cigarettes and drinking in high school and stuff like that. Like, if we pay more attention to our kids and show them more love and interact with them more, and, you know, they won't have experiences the way I did. Because, you know, that boy that told everybody that I was a hoe, you know, it didn't hurt him. It didn't hurt him. You got to teach your kids to have empathy and sympathy. And, you know, it's just like, it's not that hard to grab a hold of. I know a lot of people with kids. And, you know, I know a lot of people without kids. And it's really, really weird, because the people without kids are usually the ones that's like super judgmental. Sorry, Adobo is over here acting the fuck up. It's crazy. I'm gonna just jump subjects real quick. It's crazy because when I first got him, I actually got him and his brother, and their names was Sasson and Adobo. And the problem was that Sasson was named Sasson because as a tiny little kitten, he was very, very sassy. That sassiness turned into aggression, and then I couldn't, like, he became too much, so I only have Adobo. One of my good friends have Sasson, but yeah, sometimes Adobo gets in his moods and he does things that he knows he's not supposed to do, but either way. Yeah, we gotta teach our kids empathy and sympathy and, like, teach them love. And it's just a shame. Like, it's so crazy because when I think back, I'd be like, wow, like, it's so much stuff that I didn't do or that I missed out on because, like, I didn't have the confidence or because I didn't have the confidence or I felt as though I was going to be judged and things like that. There was times when, I was extremely brave for myself, like coming out the closet. A few years ago, we did a story time on coming out the closet. So that was the bravest thing I ever had to do in high school, was to let people know who I was. But I was a little bit older than these three instances where these things happen. But yeah, don't be scared to drop me a line. You guys actually hit me up a lot on Instagram. Like, it don't be comments up under here, but on Instagram, my DMs be popping. You guys know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, share. If you got, anything you want to know, anything you want me to talk about, let me know. I'm going to try and stay up on this one video per week as much as possible. And like I said, this is a short video, but I'm trying. And I'll talk to you guys next week.